Hey, what's up, y'all? Sorry for the delay. I apologize for the delay. I was having some trouble with my iPad, so I was trying to get it together. Couldn't fix it, so I'm going live from the phone, so I do apologize. Usually we start this thing at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday and Friday. I think now it's about 6:46, 6:47, so please excuse my tardiness. So how y'all doing on this Friday? How are y'all doing? Hey, Russell, what's going on? Good to see you this morning. Well, I always say good to see y'all. I can't really see y'all, but I'm saying good to see that you guys are up and watching the video. Hey, good morning, Khadija. Nice to see you up and on the video this morning. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started, y'all, since I am a little late again due to technical difficulties with my iPad. So my name is Pinique Singleton from Build a Lasting Legacy. This is another episode of If You Woke Up, You're Winning. So welcome to this morning's episode. This morning I want to talk about opportunity. You know, I was on a call earlier this week, and the gentleman said something that I really thought about, and he said, are you all creating your own opportunities, right? Not waiting for an opportunity, right? How many times do we hear somebody say, I'm waiting for an opportunity. I'm waiting for my big break. I'm waiting for, for somebody to discover me. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. I'm just waiting for the right person to see my post on Instagram. A lot of times people are like waiting for opportunities to come along, but they don't realize that they can actually create their own opportunities, right? And there's a few ways that we can do that. One way, you have to be in the right place, right? You have to be in the right place at the right time. What kind of places are you going to, right? If you want to be a speaker, are you going to events where other people are speaking? Are you attending conferences, right? Are you in the building? What if you were just there to announce? What if you volunteered, right? You got to volunteer, right? So what if you volunteered to announce one of the speakers and then they told you, oh, you got to stall the crowd for like 10 minutes. Something happened backstage. You know what I'm saying? And so you, just by being in that place, you had the opportunity to speak to the crowd, right? You had the opportunity to speak to the crowd. What if you're a photographer and you're at an event, and then what if for some reason the photographer they hired, his battery died and he forgot his spare battery? I don't know, something crazy. Most of the time those people are prepared, but what if it was just a rare instance? He forgot his spare battery. So you can spring into action and start taking pictures, right? Maybe the person having the event's going to look at your pictures and they're going to hire you next time. So you got to be in the place, though, because if you weren't in the building, you wouldn't have had that opportunity to jump in, right? You wouldn't have had the opportunity. So you got to be in the building. But other than being in the building, you have to be doing the right things before you even get to the building, right? So, for example, with this speaking example, do you have your signature speech already prepared, right? If you were put in that situation, you could talk to the crowd about nothing. You could probably entertain them, or you could give them some value because they're already there for a speech. They're maybe already there for some motivation. So do you have your signature speech ready that you can give when they say you need to take some extra time, right? Are you ready? Were you preparing? Were you doing the right things all along? As a photographer, have you been practicing your photography so you could jump in there, right? So you could step in and take over. You always have to be ready. And not only do you have to be doing the right things, you have to be prepared, right? So if you're a photographer and you were in that situation, what if you didn't bring your camera that day? Do you have your camera with you, right? Same thing with the speech. Do you have an elevator pitch prepared? What if you just happen to run into somebody, right? You might happen to run into somebody of influence, somebody that's in the field that you want to be in, right? And you're not ready, right? What if I was in an elevator what if I was in Atlanta and I ran into Khadija? My friend Khadija is on here. She's an author. And what if I wanted to be an author and I don't have anything prepared, right? Because maybe I could give her my elevator pitch and maybe we could collaborate. Maybe we could work together, or maybe she could tell me some events that I could go to or some things I could do to better my craft. But if I don't have that elevator pitch ready, if I don't have like a 30-second, 60-second thing ready for when I run into these people. So my question is, are you staying ready? Are you practicing? Are you creating the opportunities? Because there's no need to be in the building, but then you get in there and don't know what to do. Yeah, you can go to the events and everything that's part of it, but you also have to be prepared when you get there, right? You got to be prepared at all times. There's this quote that says it's better to be prepared for an opportunity when there is no opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. And that is so true with anything. At your job, maybe another position becomes available, but you don't even have your resume prepared. And you're like, oh man, I got to get my resume prepared to apply for this. Maybe it's only up for like one day. You weren't ready. So my question is, are you creating your own opportunities by being prepared, by being ready to spring into action if the opportunity presents itself, right? The other week, I'm doing some photography because I want to be a better photographer for my social media, but also, as a stream of income. And so I was in a situation where I was at a photo shoot and I was just kind of observing, but then the photographer had to leave, but they weren't finished with the shoot. And they said, okay, P, you can step in. But if I wasn't ready, if I didn't have my camera, if I wasn't in the mindset to take the pictures, if I hadn't been practicing, if I didn't invite myself to the photo shoot, because truth be told, I just asked if I could come. Right? So if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have been ready and I wouldn't have got these great pictures, because I went back and showed the pictures to my mentor and he said they were really good. But what if I wouldn't have been ready? So my question to you guys is, are you creating your opportunities, or are you waiting for an opportunity to come along? And if you're waiting, I challenge you, I actually encourage you to create your own opportunities. Get in the building. Go to the place. All I'm asking you to do is get in the building, ladies and gentlemen. All I'm asking you to do is connect with the right people. All I'm asking you to do is reach out to that person on social media. You want them to see your post. Why don't you DM them, right? Why don't you inbox them? Whatever the situation is, why don't you reach out to them? Why don't you create the opportunity instead of just hoping, wishing, and waiting that something would happen? I guarantee you, once you start being more proactive, once you start getting in the right situations, once you start getting around the right people, once you start learning the right things, practicing the right techniques, whatever it is that applies to your business or your craft or whatever it is that you want to do, those opportunities will start coming available. But it's not because they're just showing up, it's because you're creating them. So that's all I have for y'all this morning. Somebody needed that message. Somebody is sitting here, has been sitting here, waiting for this to happen, waiting for that to happen, waiting to meet this person, waiting to happen, to magically cross paths. But you got to put yourself in those situations. Invite yourself. Somebody's doing something. You say, hey, can I come? Yeah, most of the time people are going to say, yeah, come on, right? Or if there's an event, buy a ticket to the event. Sit in the front row, though, because so people can see you. You want to be seen, but are you making yourself seen when you're going to these events or these like events or things like that, conferences and things of that nature? Are you sitting in the front, or are you sitting in the back with everybody else? Are you blending in, or are you standing out? Because if you want the opportunities, the great opportunities in life, you got to stand out. You got to sit in the front row. You can't sit in the back. You can't fade into the background. You can't stay at home. You got to get out and do the things that you need to do. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm been on here probably about 10 minutes or so, but I just want to encourage you to get in the building. I want to encourage you to get around the people you need to be around. I want to encourage you to start working on the things that you need to work on so you can be prepared to just jump in. Create your own opportunities. Don't wait for anybody. You are in control of your own destiny. You're in control of your future. You're the one that has the power to make your dreams come true, not anybody else. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to rely on anybody else to make my dreams come true, because it's not as important to them. It may not be important to them at all. I mean, that person may not even know who I am right now. So I have to take matters into my own hands, and I have to do the work, and I have to get in the right spaces, and I have to create my own opportunities. So y'all stop waiting and start creating. My name is Pinique Singleton. Thank y'all so much for watching. Before I go, I just want to tell y'all that I want y'all to get off of Facebook right now, and I want you to get out there and be great on purpose today, okay? Because I know you can do it. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself and make the choice to be great. So I want each and every one of you to choose greatness on this Friday and every single day going forward, and start being proactive and creating those opportunities, right? So get off of Facebook and create some opportunities today. Y'all have an awesome and amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all.